There's finally a Social Security update that isn't wrapped in confusing jargon or delayed by endless political back and forth. This time, it's direct, it's specific, and it's already making waves across the country. If you've been waiting for something real to actually hit your bank account, not just get talked about on the news, this could be it. A confirmed $4,500 financial boost is now tied to a new wave of direct deposits from the SSA, yes, straight into bank accounts, for millions of recipients on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and veterans benefits. We're not talking theory. We're talking numbers, dates, and real eligibility. And it's unfolding right now. In a time where the cost of everything seems to keep climbing, eggs, gas, rent, prescriptions, this update could mean the difference between scraping by and finally breathing a little easier. The Social Security Administration is moving forward with a targeted financial relief initiative designed to ease the burden for those most affected by inflation and rising household expenses. Whether you're retired, disabled, a veteran, or receiving supplemental income, this new round of support could be just what you've been needing, and it's going to be deposited directly, not mailed, delayed, or sent in the form of a vague promise. Of course, with any big government payment update like this, the questions start piling up. Who qualifies? When will it arrive? Do you need to apply? And most importantly, how do you know it's real? That's why this video is cutting through the confusion to give you exactly what you need to know. No nonsense, no guessing. If you've been burned before by fake news, misleading rumors, or clickbait headlines, you're in the right place. We're laying it all out so you can finally get the truth about this $4,500 direct deposit boost and find out if your name is on that list. Stay with us. This could be your most important Social Security update of the year. Now, let's get into exactly what's going on, because I know you're not just here for headlines. You're here to understand whether this $4,500 boost is real, whether it's happening now, and whether you're eligible to receive it. First things first, yes, this is real. The Social Security Administration is working in cooperation with federal relief initiatives to push out a one-time financial assistance deposit designed to support seniors, people with disabilities, and veterans. And for once, this isn't just talk or an empty promise buried in red tape. This payment is already making its way to eligible recipients. Some individuals have already received notifications, while others may see it appear in their bank accounts in the coming days or weeks, depending on how their benefits are set up and which program they're enrolled in. What makes this update different is the directness of it. There's no need to apply, no extra forms to fill out, no confusing portals or government websites to navigate. If you're eligible and you're currently receiving Social Security retirement, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits through direct deposit, you're already in line to receive this additional support. The deposit will be automatic, just like your regular benefit payment. The goal here is to get the funds out fast, with as little delay or complication as possible, especially for those who are already struggling to make ends meet as prices continue to rise. It's not just a boost, it's a breath of fresh air in a financial climate that's been downright suffocating for too long. Now, you may be wondering, why $4,500? That's not a random number. This figure is based on a federal analysis of cost of living gaps that have been affecting low and fixed income Americans, especially seniors and disabled individuals. The rising cost of housing, food, energy, and medical care has far outpaced the annual COLA increases many depend on. So this payment is designed to close that gap, at least temporarily, and give people a fighting chance to catch up, or even get ahead for a little while. Whether that means paying off a lingering bill, catching up on prescriptions, finally getting your car fixed, or just filling your fridge with a few more meals, It's money intended to help with real needs, not vague economic theory. But let's talk timing, because that's the next big question on everyone's mind. When exactly will these deposits land? While it varies slightly depending on which benefit you receive, most Social Security retirement beneficiaries and SSDI recipients who already use direct deposit will see the payment arrive on or around their regular payment date. That means if you normally get paid on the second or third Wednesday of the month, expect this extra deposit to align closely with that time frame. For SSI recipients, many have already started seeing early alerts about this benefit, especially those who receive payments on the first of the month. And for veterans, payments will typically follow the VA's regular schedule. But again, since this is being handled through the Treasury's direct deposit system, the timing should be seamless. Now here's where things get a little tricky. Some folks may not see it right away, and that doesn't mean you're not eligible. The SSA and Treasury Department have both confirmed that rollout is happening in waves. That's because of how massive this operation is. We're talking about millions of beneficiaries across all 50 states, and even those living abroad. Some banks process government payments faster than others. So if you haven't seen anything yet, don't panic. It may still be on the way. The best thing to do is to keep an eye on your bank account, not just for the usual deposit, but for any unusual or extra payment showing up with Treasury or U.S. government in the description. And while we're here, let's clear up another common question. Do you have to pay taxes on this money? The short answer is most likely no, because this is considered a federal emergency relief payment and not traditional income. It will likely fall under the same rules as stimulus checks from the past few years. That means it won't count against your income for tax purposes or affect other benefit programs like SNAP or Medicaid. Of course, if you want to be absolutely certain, you can talk to a tax preparer or financial advisor. But for most people, this payment is purely bonus money, no strings attached, no clawbacks, and no need to report it on next year's tax return. Now, I know a lot of folks out there are skeptical. And I get it. After all the false alarms and misleading headlines that have flooded the internet lately, it's easy to become jaded. But that's why it's so important to stay connected to verified, real-time updates from trusted sources, and that's exactly what we're doing here. This isn't about hyping up empty promises. It's about tracking the facts, explaining them clearly, and helping you take full advantage of what's available. I'll be honest with you, government programs are rarely perfect. There will always be people who fall through the cracks or experience delays. But right now, for a large number of beneficiaries, this $4,500 payment is not only on the way, it's already hitting accounts. And let's not overlook the emotional impact of something like this. Financial stress takes a toll, not just on your wallet, but on your health, your relationships, and your peace of mind. Living on a fixed income in a high-inflation world is not just challenging, it's exhausting. Every trip to the grocery store becomes a balancing act. Every doctor visit becomes a financial decision. Every utility bill becomes a source of anxiety. So when a payment like this comes through, it's not just money. It's dignity. It's a small measure of respect for everything you've given to this country, whether through decades of work, military service, or simply enduring the challenges of aging in a rapidly changing economy. I also want to mention that if you know someone who doesn't use the internet regularly, maybe a neighbor, a friend, or a relative who also receives Social Security or VA benefits, please take a minute to share this information with them. A lot of folks miss out on critical updates simply because they don't have access to timely information. They don't hear about it on the news, and they don't check their accounts online. Just one conversation could help someone claim what they're owed, or at least give them peace of mind knowing what's coming. And finally, while this payment is a much-needed relief, let's keep in mind that it's still just a piece of a much larger conversation. Seniors, disabled Americans, and veterans deserve long-term solutions, not just one-time fixes. That means stronger COLAs, fairer benefit formulas, and policy that keeps pace with real life, not just spreadsheets. So while this deposit is a welcome surprise, we can't stop advocating. We can't stop pushing for real reform that respects the people who built this country. So if this update helped you feel more informed, if it gave you hope, or if it simply confirmed that something real is happening, then make sure to stay tuned. We're going to keep tracking this and every other major change that affects your financial well-being. Because in a world full of noise, you deserve clarity. You deserve truth. And you deserve a system that actually works for you, not against you.